Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Sorry I am getting on so late, guys. But for all of you watching on replay, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren, and I get on every other Wednesday night to sort of give out fun, free little psychic readings. So if you want to catch me next time, a few ways you can do so. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on that notification bell, you will get notified when I'm live, or following me on Facebook is probably your best bet because I update all of my events there. This looks really dirty. Ugh. And now my dog's going to bark at me. So sorry. Anyway, check out my Facebook page because I have events up there and I make sure that those are updated based on the times that I'm going to be on, as well as if I end up having to reschedule or do something like that, Facebook is your first place. So while I wait for some people to join, just want to talk a little bit about what I do. So besides getting on YouTube Live to give out free readings every other Wednesday, I try to upload videos to my channel. I've been bad about it recently because I've been very busy, but I have probably 5 or 6 videos right now that all they need is just to be edited, and I'll throw them up. And those should hopefully be up on Fridays. And then I also coach intuitive lessons through Udemy. And so if you look at the link in the description, you'll be able to go straight to those courses and see them. And then other than that, I do readings, I do events. So you can book a reading with me, even if you're not in my local area. So check out my website for that. And as far as tonight goes, and as far as my readings go, the goal of these readings is, although they are free, if you can send a donation, that money goes to building my tarot card deck. And so I'm hoping to fundraise for my tarot card deck. I think I have like $7 raised of my $480 goal. So super excited about that. I'm super surprised no one is in here. I am just talking to myself. If you are watching on replay, probably just gonna be sitting here for a second. But even if you're watching on replay, feel free to ask me things in the comments because I get notifications even after it's over and I can respond. I can answer questions. I love doing that. Hey, welcome! I'm giving out free readings and I have no one here. And I'm talking to myself. Hello, Trippy Sunset. Would you like a reading because you are the only one in here? I am giving out free readings. Oh, we have 2 people in here. That's strange. Yes! Trippy Sunset. Awesome. So, Trippy Sunset, let me know in the comments what you would like me to look into. What is up with my dog? Can you guys hear my dog? I'm wondering if he's being bothersome. Who is still in here? Oh, my hair is crazy tonight. I've had a long day, but I jumped on a little later than normal, but I'm glad that I'm still here. So for those of you joining me, my name is Psychic Lauryn. I am on here every other Wednesday night. I give out free live readings. Again, free. I play a little game most of the time, unless there's like nobody in here, then I'll just give it to whoever's in here, which is why I was like, Trippy Sunset, you want one? And basically after we play the little game and I choose who I'm reading, we do a reading. And if you guys make a donation, you end up getting bumped to the top of the list. And that's if there's a lot of people in here, which usually there is. I think I ended up getting on really late tonight, and so I think I threw everyone off, and I apologize. Trippy Sunset wants to know a romantic area or what I should be focused on in my life right now. Awesome. And I kind of titled this this video, what did I say, like relationship nights. I always ask my guides, like, what what's kind of going to be the vibe of tonight? What do you want to help with? And I think our guides are really wanting to talk about relationships right now. So, romantic area for Trippy Sunset. I like your picture. It's a cat with the third eye. Okay. Are you currently in a relationship, Trippy Sunset? I just want to, for context of this. I have a card, sorry. Because this is a very interesting card, and I want to see if you're in a relationship already or if you're single, because I think that's going to influence what this is about. Oh, okay, so you recently ended something with someone you dated. I'm just going to pull a follow-up card because I feel like I'm not seeing the whole picture. Hey everyone, welcome. Hi Kaya. I'm currently reading Trippy Sunset, 100% single, as opposed to like 75%. Awesome. Okay, I think I'm getting what this is. And tell me, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, I am, if you've seen my videos, I'm all about, like, if I'm wrong, it's okay. I'm not God. Everything I say, you can take or leave with a grain of salt. So the first card that I pulled for you, Trippy Sunset, is called Engineer. And I'm getting that this is kind of like the foundation of your past relationship. And it's talking about, it says a reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. That's a lot of big words, but kind of how I'm interpreting this is that maybe in your last relationship, you were just kind of going through the motions. You were, I don't know, just like in the flow, maybe not thinking about things. And this could be the other person too, not necessarily you. It's just like you're going through the motions and there's no emotion there, if that makes sense. Does that sort of sound right, Trippy Sunset? I feel like it's like the relationship that you had is almost like one that an engineer would look at and be like, well, we're supposed to do this next and we're supposed to do that next, and I don't really have any emotions about this, but we're just kind of moving forward and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's not really fueled by desire or love is kind of what I'm feeling. Let me know if that resonates with you, Trippy Sunset. Because the second card that I pulled is the Wounded Child card. And I'm getting that this is like maybe a pattern that you had in your childhood. Maybe your parents were this way. Or maybe this is kind of the attention you received of like, we're just going through the motions. There's no emotion. It's more just like we're here to do the work. And I don't know. It's like, it's very detached is the only way I can describe this feeling. It's like assigning math to a relationship. And it's like you're analyzing and there's no like, I don't know, fun or joy there is kind of what I'm feeling. Unfortunately, it's Kia like the car, but I was born before it came out. Kia. Sorry. People mispronounce my name all the time, too. I'm honestly so surprised at what you're saying because that is the majority of the whole thing we had. Okay, good. I was worried that I was off for a second. Okay. Hey, guys. If you're just joining me, I'm currently reading Trippy Sunset, but stick around if you want to get a reading. Okay, so yeah, Trippy Sunset, I think that so what I'm getting from these cards is this is a pattern. This is a pattern from your childhood that is normal for you. And you're attracting, hey, Damon, welcome. You're attracting this into your life again because you're used to it. You're used to just like the mechanics of a relationship, but and so that's what you got in your last I'm like, I need a word for this, but this is kind of what you got in your last relationship. It was kind of like, we're here to do the things that we're supposed to be doing. We just I liked her vibe and I find her so attractive, but I knew deep down inside I was settling, and I let it happen because she showed interest and I was low key bored. That's so funny. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so this might be more on your end, but I think what your guides are kind of talking about here is this is a pattern. And I love this deck is like, this is the archetype cards from Carolyn Miss. And I only pull out these cards when I feel like we need to pack the punches. Like this card is very hard hitting. It'll get at the core of things. So tonight, these cards are very, I don't know, they're very direct and they don't pull punches. Is that the expression? I don't have words today. It's going to be one of those nights. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, okay. So you were kind of the engineer in this scenario. You were just like, I'm doing this because she's attractive. I sort of want this. I don't know. And this, just know that what your guides are trying to tell you is that this is just something from your past. This is the way you were raised. And if you're wanting it to change, if you're wanting to have that deeper relationship, that's not so just like, ugh. The only way I can describe this is like mathematical. Like it's like you're looking at the relationship through a lens that it's not supposed to be looked at through. And like you said, I think that the settling for less, that's really sticking out to me. So, going back and looking at the way you were raised, maybe even pulling out your journal and just like being like, this is what life was like. I was told that it was okay to treat relationships like this. Just acknowledging the past is enough to do some stuff to release it to move forward. So Trippy Sunset, I would say that just kind of looking at this relationship, just remember this as like, okay, this relationship was about, me settling for less, me being that engineer, me being just like going through the motions. And just know that it comes from this place, this wounded child. And if you want to move past it and have a better relationship, that's where you need to focus on, is how can I fix this? How can I tell myself it's okay? I don't have to have relationships that derive from outward image first. It can come from a place of joy, love, want, desire. I think that's sort of the message. I hope that makes sense, Trippy Sunset. I did with my ex, I got her out of lust and pretended I liked her for 6 months, and he just stayed with because she cared for me. And I wanted to feel loved. Interesting. I think you got a lot of stuff there, Trippy Sunset. Why? I would ask yourself, why are you settling for less? Maybe pull some tarot cards on it. Maybe journal about it. And why aren't you letting people in that way? Why won't you? I think the big question is, why won't you give yourself more? I think you're purposely surrounding yourself with people that I'm not going to let them in, and ask yourself why that is. I don't know if you're making a list, Ashima, but I don't do lists here. We play a game here to give out readings, so we'll do that in a second. Same with this last girl. Sorry, I'm super slow at catching up with the comments. Yes, absolutely, Trippy Sunset. Because I felt. Oh, you're answering the questions. Yeah, because I felt when I was younger, I didn't get much attention. Oh, yeah, so that's that wounded child card for sure. Hey everyone. So if you want to get a reading, stick around. What I do, I play this fun little game, and I think it's more fair for everybody to get a reading. If you absolutely positively want a reading, you can make a little donation to me, and I'll make sure that you for sure get a reading and you get bumped up to the list, which doesn't exist. But I do X amount of readings. I do it for an hour. We probably get to like 7-8 people. Yes, sorry, don't worry. Sorry, Ashima, I didn't want that to come across as mean. I hope it didn't. What you said was accurate AF. Yes. Awesome. You do deserve better Trippy. Cool, guys. Okay. Thanks, Trippy Sunset. So, you guys, how I play this game, really quick, if you're just now joining me, I get on every other Wednesday night to do readings. So, you'll catch me 2 weeks from now on YouTube Live. And if you follow me on Facebook, which you'll see all the links in the description of this video, if you follow me on Facebook, you can sort of follow the events and get reminded, or you can subscribe to me and turn on that notification bell. And YouTube just let me know that notification bell, you can actually set new settings. So you can set like how often it reminds you, so it's not like a big mess. So that's super cool. That's one of the things that people just hate about that notification bell, because it's like you get all or nothing. But yeah, that's how you can find out about me. I'm on YouTube. I've got some Udemy courses that are in the description also. If you want to learn how to do what I do, I teach video courses about it. And I do readings. So if you really, enjoyed the reading that I gave out tonight, maybe you didn't get a chance, definitely check out my services and we can get together and do readings. I've got like 3 readings coming up this next week. I'm super excited about it. Cool, guys. So the game that I play to pick who the next person I read is I'm going to think of something in a category, and you have to try to guess what I'm thinking of. And the reason why I do that is so that I kind of set the intention that whoever needs the reading the most, your guides are going to help you. My guides are going to help your guides to get you that image that I'm portraying. And hopefully you'll get the reading. Sorry, I got distracted. My guides are talking to me. So I'm going to think of a category. What category am I going to think of? Okay, so I am thinking of a city. If you can guess the city that I'm thinking of, you get the next reading. And I'll give you clues too, because there's a lot of cities. Maybe I'll start. It's on the west side of the U.S. Let me guys know where you are from too. That would be super cool to know where you're listening from. I'm in Colorado, by the way. LA, California. It's city. Why did it get bright and fuzzy and weird all of a sudden? Not Los Angeles. San Jose. Everyone's. Sorry, I asked 2 questions at the same time. Sorry. Tell me where you're from later, because that's the same thing as what the category I'm thinking of. Think of the category that I am thinking of. I'm trying to send you guys a city. Oh, so I see. I'm thinking of a city. San Francisco. Kia, you got it. It's interesting that you guys were all guessing California. So Kia guessed the city that I was thinking of, which was San Francisco. Oh my gosh, this is so laggy. You're welcome, Trippy Sunset. Isn't that crazy how that works? Not a coincidence at all. That's a synchronicity. Oh, dang it. Stick around. I do really short, quick readings. I was thinking of San Francisco. So, Kia, let me know what reading you want, what you want to know about, if there's anything you're interested in, and I will pull some cards. And then one thing that I do too, you guys, is if you've been sticking around for the whole thing, I'm only on here for an hour. You can jump back in or, keep me on while you're walking around your house doing stuff. And I pull 1 card for everybody at the end because, I appreciate you guys sticking around and listening. So I kind of ask okay, everybody that's in here right now, what is one message that they need to hear? And so I pull a card. And I make sure everybody's covered. So yeah, Kia wants to know, does either Tommy or Decovin love me and want to be in a relationship with me? You guys did have the same thought That was fun. Yeah, well, and I love that because sometimes there'll be like 20 people in here, and if all those 20 people had a reading and you just came in, you would have to wait like 3 hours to get one. It's just not fair. You guessed before West Side too. Nice. And we'll do another one after Kia. So Kia wants to know if either Tommy or Declan love you and want to be in a relationship. If they're not in a relationship already, I have a hard time feeling like they might love you. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just very hard to develop that. If they were already in love with you, I feel like they would be in a relationship with you, but they could be very interested. Let's pull one card for each. That's the Devakin. And this is Tommy. Ooh. That's so funny. Okay. So, Devakin, I don't know if I'm saying that right. You pulled a funny card, but let's talk about Tommy. So, really quick, Decavin, sorry. My brain has not been working today. I've been saying all sorts of weird things. So, as far as Tommy, the relationship, I kind of asked, like, what's your relationship look like right now? And this card is mentor. And so, I don't know if this is you to him or him to you, but it feels like you guys are in each other's lives to teach each other something, maybe you to him or him to you. So I feel like that's more of the relationship that you guys have. And, I think it can be confusing because sometimes you feel strong attraction to somebody. And, sometimes we just think, oh, that has to be sexual or like a romantic relationship. But I feel like the relationship with Tommy is very mentor-esque. Like you're in each other's lives to teach each other something. And I don't mean like help each other out with homework or something, but like you're here to learn something from each other. And that doesn't mean, I will say too, predicting the future is a very hit or miss thing because something could happen in the next hour and everything could change. So what I'll say about this is that doesn't mean that Tommy or Decavin can't turn into a relationship. It's just this is what I'm getting right now. And so if you want it to turn into a relationship, Kia, I would say utilize the strength of your relationship right now with Tommy, which is mentor. Hang out with each other, try to figure it out what it is that you can learn from each other. And it could just be about life. It could be that you are around him and you learn that you're really introverted and so is he. And maybe you guys talk about that and he has some cool things of how he deals with that. And maybe that's something you get out of him. So I would focus on that for Tommy. Karmic lesson, maybe. Yeah, absolutely. And so, Decavin, I literally pulled the Don Juan card. Do you know who Don Juan is? It's like I don't know if it's just from a movie or what, but it's kind of like the sexy dude that's a player that sleeps with a bunch of people and is a player, basically. And I pulled this card in reverse, which is saying it's the negative side of being a Don Juan. What I love about these cards is that they have a light attribute and they have a shadow attribute. And so it's like the shadow side is what I pulled, and it's using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. I don't know. Has he like flirted with you, Kia? Or have you done it the other way, Pimp? Because I feel like if he's flirting with you, it's for the wrong reasons. It's so he can be like, oh, look at all these girls that I can get under my belt. Like, look at how many people I have into me. I think there's an attraction there that comes from the wrong place. Again, doesn't mean you can't start a relationship with either of these people, but it's like these are the first things that your guides want to make you aware of. So I'm going to just pull one card of what can Kia do if she wants to pursue a relationship with either of these guys. He said he wanted to be together. I'd be careful with him, especially with that Don Juan card. which is totally fine. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Just be aware of what it is when you're going into it. He might be a player, and do you want that? So I'm going to ask, what can Kia do if she wants that relationship? And I'm all about being proactive and going after relationships. And that doesn't mean you have to go up to them and just like make out with their face. Like you can get to know them as like a friend first, and then it can develop into something. That's when you're most likely to have a relationship with somebody. Oh, interesting. So Kia, how you can start kind of moving forward in a relationship with them. I pulled the storyteller card. So I feel like you're really good at, I'm also getting that you're really good at making people laugh. So telling stories, like, I feel like that's just a good way to start that friendship. Even if you already have that friendship, just further it, deepen it. Is just, tell them a funny story. Tell them something that happened to you last night that was super funny. Tell them a story that you heard, like a movie that you watched, and, start up a conversation that way. I feel like you're a really good conversationist, Kia, and you're really funny. And so this is a good strength of yours to use. You are a storyteller. This is a good strength that you can use. That honestly is what it is it's that you are yourself when you are telling stories. And it'll be a great way to connect with people because they're like, oh, she's being fun, she's being real, she's being authentic. Awesome, Kia. I hope that helps. Again, I'm never like, no, don't do this. Yes, do this. I look at all the options. Hey, Elantra, welcome everybody. So I just finished reading Kia. If you want a reading, new subscriber, woohoo! If you guys want a reading, I'm giving them out for free. If you want to get thrown to the top of the list, you don't want to wait around, feel free to give me a donation. I've got my PayPal link in the description, and I can make sure that you get a reading tonight. Otherwise, what I do, I play a little game, and so there's no list. What I do is I play a little game, and you're welcome, Kia. And I try to think of something in a category. Like what we just did was I thought of a city, and you guys had to guess which city I was thinking of. I was thinking of San Francisco. Kia figured it out. And so Kia got the reading. And the reason why I do this is that I just feel like it's fair for everybody. I might go back to the list. I haven't decided yet. I feel like people stay around more when I do the list, but I also feel like it kind of sucks if you're like 10th in line. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, so let's do another guessing game. I need to think of something. Okay, so I'm thinking of a crystal. If you can think of the crystal that I am thinking of, you get the next reading. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Think of the crystal that I'm thinking of. Oh my gosh, Cups of Hope. You got it right away. You spelled it wrong, but it's okay. I'll give it to you. Amethyst. Cups of Hope. Bam. Cups of Hope, let me know what your question is. I'll pull a card. Damon's like, oh my gosh. When is this going to end? And again, guys, if you would like to get a reading, I will happily take donations. I'm trying to save up to fund my own tarot deck. All I need is $480, and I've got 7 so far. And I've basically built a whole tarot deck. I've written it out, done everything. I just need to pay for the artwork at this point. So, LOL, Cups of Hope, let me know. So now I'll ask you guys, where are you from? I decided to ask you guys where you were from when I was doing the last guessing game. That was weird. What's coming up for me in love? I want to know where you guys are watching from. I'm in Colorado. Denver. Pennsylvania. Sweet. Delaware. Columbus. Florida. You guys are all on the East Coast. Shouldn't you be in bed? Just kidding. That's so cool. Isn't that so cool that you can talk with people like states away? I love Florida. I only love Florida for Disney, but I'm a big Disney freak. All right. What's coming up for you, love? Coming up. Cups of Hope. And again, tonight I asked my guides, like, what's the theme? I felt like it was definitely going to be relationships. So I pulled out my hard-hitting deck, is what I call it. This deck will tell you how it is. So get prepared. Welcome. Everyone's on the East Coast. This is the card that I pulled at the beginning. So I pull a card at the beginning, and I'm like, what's the theme of tonight? Martyr. So Cups of Hope. Okay, this message is coming through loud and clear. So Cups of Hope, the biggest thing is that you need to know as you're kind of getting into a new relationship is that you on the cross. So what you kind of need to know, Cups of Hope, is that, have I given you a reading before? I feel like I've seen your name before. And I pulled this in reverse too. So I'm looking at the shadow side of it. And the shadow side is talking about addiction to self-pity. So bear with me. Your guides are kind of wanting me to do this explanation. So there's this thing called the law of averages. And the law of averages is all about you have to keep trying. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but the more you try, the less you fail, but also, the more you fail. God damn it. The more you try, the more you will fail, but also the more that you will succeed. So the biggest thing about the law of averages is, yes, you're going to knock on a few doors, say you're trying to sell something. It's a very sales related principle, but it's kind of like saying that, okay, if you knock on 10 doors, 1 out of those 10 people are going to answer and buy what you're selling. The other 9 are going to be no's. And so the important thing is not to get discouraged by the first 9 and know that if you just keep doing long enough, somebody's going to answer the door and you're going to make that sale. So in relationships, kind of what I'm getting, Cups of Hope, is that you're going to come up against rejection. You're getting back into this. You're kind of, maybe you're recovering from the past relationship that you've been in. It was tough. You're going to put yourself out there. It's important that you're getting out there, you're meeting new people, but you're going to have moments where you fail. Like, you're going to like someone, they're not going to like you back. You're going to say something stupid and you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I say that? And that's just going to happen. And I think the important thing is to not pity yourself, not to be like, oh my God, I did that so bad. I'm never going to find anybody. I'm such a shitty person. And then you just stop trying. So I think that's the message here, Cups of Hope, is that just know that as you're getting back into it, it's okay if things fail. It's okay if things flop. Just keep trying. That's like your biggest obstacle, Cups of Hope. You have no issues with attracting people. I think you just get discouraged too quickly. So yes. Hey, Kemi! Welcome back, Kemi. Hello, Rosewater. So basically what we do, guys, is I don't have a list, but I play a little guessing game. So as soon as I'm finished reading Cups of Hope, stick around and you can play the guessing game, and I let everybody sort of have a chance of getting the next reading. But if you want to send me a little donation on the PayPal link in the description, I will make sure that you absolutely get a reading tonight. Quick reading. So yeah, there's availability in a way. You just have to stick around and play a game. Yes, Cups of Hope. Let me see. I'm going to pull one of my other deck of cards for you, because I know that was sort of like what you need to focus on. Oh no, I bent it. How sad. How did that happen? Okay, so Cups of Hope. One last card for you. These are my Archangel cards. I felt like with my hard-hitting deck, I needed to pull out my Archangel Tarot cards because they're very, like, uplifting. You can do it. So, Cups of Hope. Oh, my gosh. What a great card. So this is a Major Arcana card. So this is a pretty big deal. So this is New Beginnings. And this is Archangel Jeremiah. So maybe look into him. He might be helping you with all of this. And it says, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So I'm really, and there's like a little family on this card. I don't know if you can see it, but an Archangel Jeremiah is kind of overlooking you and leading you here. And so I would take stock of the past relationships that you've had. I would just make a list and be like, what are the things that I learned about this relationship? What are the things I want to avoid about this relationship? What are the things that worked in this relationship? And then when you have all of that, you got a new list. You can combine everything of things that worked, things that I want to avoid. And all you need to kind of do is hold that intention loosely in your head, move forward. Archangel Jeremiah is going to help you find that person. It's just important for you not to give up when things kind of get weird or you follow the wrong path and, it's the wrong person. So I love that card. I feel like you're in a really good spot, Cups of Hope. Sometimes I feel like people are like, what's my next relationship? And I'm like, you need to do a little bit more work first. I don't feel like that's you though, Cups of Hope. You're ready to go. You're ready for that next step. Absolutely. Gratitude in the building. Okay, guys, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. So basically what I do is I play a little game with you guys. And I say, you have to guess the category of thing that I'm thinking of. So I just did like a crystal and I was thinking of amethyst. And so whoever guessed what crystal I was thinking of got it. And so that's how Cups of Hope got it. And if you don't get this next reading, again, if you send me a donation on my PayPal, let me know if you do, because sometimes I don't exactly see it on my phone. I will make sure that you get a reading next. And I forgot what else I was going to say. Be like water, Bruce Lee. Cool beans. All right, let's do another one. Okay, let's play. Kemi's ready. All right. I need to think of a category. I have to look around my room. Oh, that's too easy. Oh, and I just said that. Okay. Flowers. That's a good one for next time. I'll write that down. So I'm gonna say Disney character. Ready, set, go. If you can think of the Disney character that I'm thinking of, you get the next reading. Oh my gosh, you guys are like on point. Toxic, you got it. Ariel, right away. What? Toxic, you guessed it right. I was thinking of Ariel. So I know that was like bam first. I have a little statue of her over here. That's why I was thinking of it. What was I going to say? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you have a question about. Toxic, the mermaid chick. Yes, the mermaid chick. And I will give you a reading. Can I have a reading on how the rest of the year will be for me? Yes, that's a great question. I'm not going to go like month by month, but we'll pull like a general card. What do you guys think of them casting? I can't remember what her name was, but she's basically like an African American Ariel. I think it's pretty cool. Love can be included too if my spirit guides want to. LOL. They're secret on that. Well, quick tip, guys. If you're wanting to connect more with your spirit guides, I do a lot of videos on how to like clear blocks to your psychic ability, how you can communicate with them. Just actually go on the rest of my YouTube channel and check out some of those videos. I think I have a meditation specifically on removing blocks to your psychic ability. And there's all sorts of ways you can connect to your guides. And you can even grab a deck of tarot cards. I think that's the easiest, quickest way to do it. You can buy an app on your phone that's a tarot card deck. You can go out and buy a tarot card deck. You can talk to your guides quickly and easily. Meow. You can't come in here, Kiki. Beautiful, because Ariel is all of us. Yes, I agree. Um, Interesting. Okay, so what I pulled Catoxic is Hermit. Now I'm getting that this is going to be you kind of for the rest of the year in the bad sense, in the good sense. Maybe you're really introverted, but what I'm getting is that there's going to be times where you're being a hermit, where you're staying inside too much, and you probably should be out engaging with people because they're going to be those sometimes, even though we don't want to be around people, you'll meet people, you'll have experiences, it'll get you out of the funk that you're in. And that's going to be super important for you for the rest of the year is just knowing whenever I'm in a funk, stop and think, have I been kind of pushing myself in too much? Have I been, not reaching out to my support system? Have I been hiding? Have I been not asking for help? And then there's going to be times where you are going to need to hermit up. Maybe you're going to get into the zone of you're out too much, you're doing too much for other people, you're kind of sacrificing your boundaries. And it's important for you to come back, super put self-care at the top of your list. And I think that's the rest of this year for you, Catoxic. I know this isn't like, oh, you're going to have a lot of money, but this is like a theme that you're going to have a real learning experience with. Right now, you need to balance this in your life, and that's why it's coming up. There's going to be times where you need to be a hermit and times when you not need to be a hermit. And the rest of this year is about figuring out when those moments are. And so when you're feeling stuck, when you feel like things aren't working, when you're not making enough money, when everything is like, it just seems to not be working, stop and realize, am I being a hermit right now? Is there any way I could reach out, kind of get out of my comfort zone? Because I think you'll find that, yes, once you find some help, and not even find help in like a you need to go see someone kind of way, but just like, I don't know, like sometimes I get into a mode of I just go to work, I come home, I go to work, I come home. But then when I go out and just like go watch a movie with my mom, I'm like, holy cow, I needed that. And then you decide to throw a party with your friends and you just feel so much better. So yeah, I think Catoxic, the rest of the year for you is definitely this underlies everything. How you handle this year, how you handle your finances, your relationships, it all comes down to this. Are you taking care of yourself? I feel like this message is actually for a lot of you out there, and that happens with these readings. If you feel like this resonates with you, like take the message. Like our guides try to get as many of us as possible when I do this. So yeah, it's definitely about at the very core of everything. Whenever you're struggling, are you taking care of yourself, or are you, super open and do you need to close those boundaries and, I don't know, get away from people, or open up those boundaries, let people in, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, Catoxic. Thank you. No one's coming. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I have probably time for a few more readings. You're welcome. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. So what I do, you guys, I don't do a list, but I play a little game where I try to give you something that I'm thinking about. If you can guess what I'm thinking about, you get the reading. If you really want a reading and you don't want to wait around, feel free to send me a donation on the PayPal link in the description, and I will make sure you definitely get a reading tonight. But let's play the game. I'm going to use whoever suggested it last time. I'm going to think of a flower. So if you can guess the flower that I'm thinking of, you get the next reading. Guess the flower that I'm thinking of, you get the next reading. Not tulip, not daisy. I want to know how much of a lag there is on there. Rose, daisy, lily. Nope. I'll give you clues if it goes on for too long. Because there's been times where I've done that to you guys. It's a longer flower name. I think the reason why I always think of this flower name is because I had a children's book when I was little. The title was the flower name, but it was about a little mouse, I think. Chris is getting close. It's the same, starts with C. If you spell it wrong, I'm going to give it to you. Chrysanthemum! Yes! Kylie. I feel like it's funny. People jump in right at the last moment and they end up getting it as opposed to all the people that have been in here. So Kylie, that was way too hard. I'll try to make it easier next time. And yeah, guys, if you don't want to wait around for my silly little games, definitely feel free to send me a little donation. Thank you. I think it's fun too. And again, I feel like whoever needs it the most ends up getting these. Oh, Kylie's ready. Can I have a reading on which lover I should choose? I'm conflicted between two. I have really good vibes about person A, but I need to know how our relationship would be. Do you have another? Do you have a second person? Okay. So what do we need to know about person A for Kylie? And again, guys, if you stick around towards the end, I've got like 15 minutes left. I'll still pull a card for everybody. My cat is like, oh my God, feed me. Oh, that's interesting. Pulled the same card. Out of the deck of 50, 60 cards, I pull the same card. And they both have feelings for me. Okay. So, person A. Definitely, Kimmy. Maybe you'll get the next one. How your relationship would be for person B. Ooh, okay. So, first person A is hermit. Now, again, when I give you guys options for things, it's really not me being like, nope, this is bad, don't go with them, because I'm literally pulling one card. Hey, get down. Down. My dog is jumping at the window. Where was I at? Sorry, Kylie. So, I feel like with person A, the hermit card is coming up. I'm kind of getting it in a different way. I feel like I've seen this happen with a lot of relationships, and it happens with everybody, but with the person A, you're definitely going to get into a mode of like, you two are just going to stick to each other like glue, and you're not going to go out and you're not going to do anything. You're just going to sit and watch Netflix all day, and you're just not going to like want to move forward. And it's going to be one of those where your friends are like, oh my God, like, do you ever do anything else other than hang out with him? You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean you can't be with him. And that's the point that I was originally trying to make. It's more just like, know that this is what the relationship would look like. So to be cautious of it, that you two might fall into that, because that's both your personalities and you're going to enable that in each other, which is fine, but it's just like, look out for it. Whereas the person B, I got the judge card, and immediately what I got is that this is not a good card, that this is like when you're in a relationship and you're sort of judging each other, and like, not in a good way, but it's like you're always like pointing out when they make a mistake, you know. My husband and I kind of do that. That's like a bad thing that we do. I think this message is also for me, but we're always kind of like, oh, you should have said that, or you should have said this, or oh, do you really need to wear those pants today? You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of going to be, again, it's not your entire relationship, but that's like one of the first things your guys are wanting you to know. It's like a point of contention. So person A, you might have more of that. You don't get out and do anything together. Person B is more of, I don't know. I feel like person B feels a little worse, because I feel like it's going to be hard to take that criticism all the time. And again, your guides are always going to support you no matter what you do. They just give you messages of what to expect so that you can navigate around this. So if you do decide to go with person A, you're just aware of, okay, we might get into this mode, so I need to remember to still get alone time in this relationship so that I can go work out. or so that I can go hang out with my other friends. And, second person, if you decide to go with them, we might be a little bit more nitpicky and he might bring out that bad side of me, and that's okay. But how can I eliminate that? How can I talk to him or her about it so that it's not weird, if that makes sense. Cool. Kylie, does that help? Does that help you choose? I know that's, again, these are quick, short readings. I could pull, normally in a full reading, I would pull multiple cards and look at your whole relationship. Wow, that completely resonates. Yay! Awesome. See, that's why I love playing that little guessing game, is because I feel like you were supposed to get that reading, and the fact that it resonates so much means we were supposed to meet tonight and talk about it. Awesome, guys. Welcome. I have about time for maybe 2 more readings. So what I'm going to do is I play a guessing game. I say a category. You try to guess what I'm thinking of. If you guess right, you get the reading. And then at the very end, I pull 1 card for everybody that's sticking around. If you do want a reading and you don't want to risk not getting one tonight, send me a donation through my PayPal link, and I'll make sure you get a reading. And all that money goes to, I'm trying to fund my new tarot deck that I don't want to spill the beans on, but there's no tarot deck out there that's like this, both in design and in structure. And I'm so excited to share it. I've already finished it. I've got a publisher. I just need to do the illustrations. Anyway, all right. Let's guess the category that I'm thinking of. That's too hard. Okay, I'm thinking of a color. It's a very specific color. It's a shade of another color. But if you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. I'm sending it to you. Use your psychic ability to pick up the color. Try to see it. Try to feel it. Try to hear the word. I'm telling you guys to use your clairs. And if you use your clairs, some of you are getting the color close. I can tell that you guys are getting close in the color range. It's definitely on the bluey purple side. I'll give you more hints if it keeps going. And it's definitely like a blue purple color. Think of like a really light sunset. I think I did another hard one again. I'll give you one last one, but I know you'll get it. Starts with a P. I can tell you guys are picking up on it because the fact that you're getting so close with the colors, that's kind of cool. It's not pink. Periwinkle. Woohoo! I love that word. Oh, Chris, you were like 2 seconds too late. Oh, same with Kemi. Hearts Melodies. You got it. It's so funny. It's always somebody that just comes out of nowhere in the middle of the game. I'll do one more reading after this, guys, and then I'll do a group reading. So Hearts Melodies, let me know what your question is, what you want me to look into. Yay! Thanks for joining, everybody. So I am on here every other Wednesday night doing these free live readings. So if you subscribe and turn on that little notification bell, you can have it remind you. And YouTube just emailed me and said that they updated it so that when you turn on the notification bell, you can actually set what that means instead of it just being like, I'm going to email you every time anybody you subscribe comes on, which I hate. How does a guy named Todd feel about me? But yeah, you can also go on my Facebook page. I've got an event up for this so that you can remind yourself if you're on Facebook a lot or on my website. And honestly, if you jump in at the beginning, you're probably going to get a reading because by the end, we have a few people in here. But at the beginning, like of this one, I had nobody in here. And I just gave away free readings until there was enough people that actually had to start playing a game. Cool. So I'm going to read Hearts Melodies right now. and then we'll do one more game. Because I have to go wash my dog tonight. He is dirty. He's so dirty. He's getting a bath tonight. George Carlin hated all guys named Todd. Todd. Oh, these are such good cards. Hearts Melodies. So I pulled Lover and Teacher. Ah, that's so good. So I'm definitely getting romantic love Hearts Melodies. And I will say I could be wrong. So go with your gut feeling. If you're like, oh my God, I don't know. I do not get that vibe. Trust your gut. But how I feel about him is he definitely sees you in that way, a romantic way, for sure. And maybe I'm getting just like intuitively that he's too timid to do anything about it. So if there's anything that you can do to kind of be like, yeah, I'm interested in you too, he might take more of a step forward, or might take more of an initiative. And it's funny, I've been hearing so many stories lately about people that they've liked each other for so long, maybe not even that long, but they like each other, they don't say anything, then they never get together, but then maybe something happens where one of them finally says something, and then they end up getting together, and it's like, why didn't we do this sooner? Hearts Melodies, that's kind of how I feel like the situation is with you. So he kind of sees you in a romantic way, absolutely. And then he also sees you as a teacher, and I feel like this is the romantic part of your relationship that it would be. Like, he definitely feels that way towards you. But this is like where the core of your friendship would come from, is he feels like he's learning a lot from you. I don't know, where you've met him, or like if this is like a work setting, but it feels like he looks up to you, as a being, as a person, things that he wants to incorporate in his life, and it makes sense how that probably influenced his love for you. Yes, oh my God. I want to give him a love letter I wrote for him. You work together. Okay, then I'm definitely getting the energy right. If I got that much, I would say go for it. For sure. Oh, yay. You'll have to come back on and tell me how it works out. He definitely sees you in that way. Maybe he's not like, let's get married tomorrow, but take this small first step, and even just letting him know I'm interested too, in as subtle or as big of a way as you want. I think that'll just move your relationship one step forward. I'm excited, and I will definitely tell you. Yay! Thank you, Hearts Melodies. I love readings like that. I wish they were all like that. Like, yes, you're getting all the money, all the love. Awesome, guys. So I'm going to do one more reading before I do a group reading. So let's do another guessing game. Let's do this. So, because, excuse me. Oh my gosh, the sunset is so pretty. So what I do, you guys, if I don't do lists, I play a little guessing game. I'm thinking of a category. You have to guess what I'm thinking of in that category, and whoever guesses gets the reading. Again, if you really want a reading, send me a donation on my PayPal link, and I will make sure you get one tonight. I will even stick around if I need to. So the category that I'm thinking of is angels. If you can guess the angel that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. I have a feeling you guys are going to... Oh, bam! Kimmy! Yes, Kimmy! Kimmy! It was Archangel Michael. Sorry. I just say yes and I get excited. I need to say, oh yeah, you got it. It was Archangel Michael. This has been very interesting tonight. You guys have gotten it. It's like always been the first comment. Or it's like the 200th. I don't know. Yes! Kimmy, it's no coincidence. Cool beans. I like doing these YouTube live things because all I can see is text, and I could be as weird as I want. I have no idea what you guys look like. And that's very safe to me. But you guys are probably like, man, she's weird. Okay, so, and after Kim, you guys, I will do a group reading, so stick around. And also ask me any questions that you have, not like reading questions. If you have questions about what I do, what I teach, love to answer that. I'm thinking about doing a much bigger version of my YouTube videos. I like that movie, The Prophecy, and all that angel stuff. Oh, I haven't seen that. BJ messaged me and thought I didn't want to talk to him anymore. Was he genuinely curious? Does he like me? Hang on. BJ messaged me and I thought I didn't want to talk to him anymore. I think he was baiting you. Like, I'm definitely getting the vibe of he wanted to talk to you, but he couldn't think of what to say. But he's also terrified. So that's why he was like, do you not want to talk to me anymore? Was he genuinely curious? It's like half and half. Like, yes, he's like legitimately like, I like this person, but I don't, like, I'm immediately getting a sense of his energy. He definitely likes you. He's messaging you because he's interested, but he also doesn't want to come across as like a creeper. It's like, hey, what you doing? You know, what you up to? What you wearing? You know. So that was him like half testing out to make sure he's not bothering you, but also half because he didn't know what to say and he really wants to talk to you. So that's kind of cute. I thought he was ignoring me. That's why I kept my distance. So I was shocked when he asked me. Oh my gosh. Okay, Kemi, this makes so much sense. I've been thinking about this all day. This is like crazy how this is happening right now. I've been thinking about this all day. So I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, but somebody said something to me. Oh, it was at work. So bear with my long story. But at work, one of my coworkers was like, we do videos for people. So I'm a video production company primarily. That's my main job. So I do commercials for businesses. And our clients sometimes text us. And I am always like, do not text our clients. Text can be misinterpreted so badly. And so we were talking about that because one of our clients like texted us and we were all looking at it and we were like, this is really weird. It sounds like they're mad. We couldn't tell. Anyway, long story short, like it was totally fine. They were just older and I'm not trying to stereotype against older people, but people text differently and people can definitely misinterpret texts. And I kind of feel like that's what's happening between you guys is that both of you are reading too much into the text. That's the issue. And I have my best friend is like this. She texts so weird that I feel like she's mad at me half the time. But then I go over and I talk to her and I'm like, you weren't like, that wasn't what you were saying, right? Like, and just know that text is just, honestly, it can totally kill a relationship because people misinterpret things. Like you read it and you're like, what? Why did they put ... You know, normally ... is like, you know, yeah, I'm coming over ... And you're like, what? Are you mad at me? But, you know, that's kind of how old people text is they put that all the time. Anyway, long story short, I totally feel like, Kemi, this is like, you guys have texted each other and you were worried that you were bothering him. You were worried that he was ignoring you, but it really wasn't. He was worried that he was bothering you. It really wasn't. So I would just try to get rid of that junk, like just move past it. Text him whatever you want to text him. Like, I got a feel for his energy like right away. I stopped reading the rest of your comment because I really wanted to get a feel for him. I feel like I'm imagining one of my friends that's this way. He's very timid. He wants to reach out, but he's so careful of your emotions that he will risk not even talking to you because he doesn't want to bother you, if that makes sense, because he's so afraid that he's going to say the wrong thing. So definitely likes you. I think you guys are both feeling the weirdness of the text messages, which is why he sent you that. And you're weirded out because you thought he was ignoring you. It's just all a mess. It's all because of text. Ah. If there's any way you guys can like get in front of each other or get on the phone, like do it. If not, just try to be a lot clearer with what you mean in your text, because I feel like that's like the biggest obstacle right here. Okay, right away. That's what I got. Let me just pull one card for you. But I've been thinking about that all day. Sorry. because I've been thinking about how often that happens. And I feel like I've been telling somebody all day today that happens. And I've been like saying it in my head, like, don't text people if you aren't sure like what's going on. And I kept saying that, and I thought I was just telling myself, but I think I was telling you all day. Kimmy. Sorry. One more card for Kimmy. Oh, okay. So another thing about the two of you, this card says beggar. Don't really listen to that part. What I'm getting is that this is all about humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Those words are sticking out to me on this card. And you guys both kind of you're very humble, both of you. Yeah. I feel like your self-confidence is not as great as it could be. And I really don't mean that as an insult. Like, it's just your nature. You beat yourself up a lot, and so does he. And both of you are that way. So that's a reason why there's a communication barrier. Is like you're both so concerned about not bothering each other, all of that you're just like not reaching out to each other. So I think that it's just like your guide's letting you know that you two are very similar. And so to remember that if you're having a hard time communicating with him, this might be why. So try to get in front of him. Even if you have to be like, hey, I'm going out with some friends. Do you want to meet us? That's already going to be 10 times better if you can invite him along. And I don't know, just get in front of him, because the texting might be an issue, especially because you guys are both so worried about not embarrassing yourselves or not hurting the other person. So yeah, I think I've made my point. Hopefully that helps, Kimmy. Nobody's like commenting when I talk. I'm like slightly worried it froze. Awesome. Thank you, Kimmy. If you don't mind me asking, what tarot deck are you using? I love this deck. So this is like, I call this my hard-hitting deck. I feel like it just packs the punch. It tells you what you need to hear, not always what you want to hear, but it's called the Archetype cards, and it's by Carolyn Miss, and they're based off of Carl Jung's philosophy of storytelling. I think it's storytelling. But if you guys have taken like an English class and learned about the hero's journey at all, almost every movie, every book you see or read has the hero's journey. And, in the hero's journey, you got the hero, you have the mentor, which was a card we pulled, you have a beggar, and all of these are kind of like an archetype or a character, like the prince. And when you hear it, you know what it means. The hero, the hero or the heroine, like, what that means when I say it. An orphan child, addict is like another big one. Virgin, like, I love this deck because it just gets right to the bottom of things. Yes. Kimmy, hopefully you heard that and didn't cut out, but otherwise you can watch the replay. Cool, guys. So was Kimmy my last one? I think Kimmy was my last one, but I will do a group reading. So all of you guys that are still in here, sort of send me your questions. You don't actually have to write it out. Just think about your questions. I'm going to reach out to your guides. I'm going to reach out to mine, and I'm going to ask my guides, what do you guys all need to know? What, in terms of your question, might not answer your question exactly, but maybe it's another area of your life. What do you guys need to know right now? And this is for everybody that's watching. Everybody. Which one? Two. Okay. They want me to pull two for you guys. Hang on. Pulling a card for everyone. And it's crazy because you can really have readings that are for everyone. This is complicated. Whatever it is, it's a lot. I'm going to be talking for a while, apparently. Okay. I pulled 3 cards for you guys. Oh, okay. Interesting. I've never had my guides do this. My guides are saying that one of these 3 cards, or more than one of these 3 cards, is for you guys. So I'm going to read these separately. So that's a great way to do this. Thank you, guys. We're going to do that more often. So I pulled 3 cards. I pulled the Mentor upright. I pulled Mother reversed and Queen reversed. So think about your question that you asked. And this is for everybody, you guys. Even if you're just now joining, I just pulled a bunch of cards for everybody. This is kind of how I just wrap up the evening so that you feel like you got something even if you didn't get a reading. Mentor. Okay, so this card. Okay. So if you're drawn to this card, I think the message is to find somebody that can help you, to find somebody that knows more than you because they're going to help you out right now with this issue. Or maybe this person is already in your life and you're kind of questioning if they should be. And I'm kind of getting that if you look at it as maybe what lesson are they teaching me, you might find some value out of that relationship. Or maybe you're going through a breakup or something of the past that you're stressed out about. Look at the situation in a sense of what can I learn from this? What did I learn from this? Is anybody resonating with that card? I'm just curious. So we aren't doing questions anymore. What we are doing is I'm kind of wrapping this up, but what I do at the very end is I give a reading to everybody. Yes, yay, it's resonating with Clova. And so I pulled 3 different cards this time. And so one of these cards is probably going to answer that question. So I would just listen to all 3. So again, if you feel like you're resonating with this card, yes, someone is helping me with shadow work. Oh, yes. Isn't that the best? It's always awful, but when you come out the other side, you're like, I did it. So yeah, Mentor, if you're resonating with this card or multiple cards, this is about finding someone around you that can help, or I'm really getting it's more of a sense of whether you're looking at someone currently or in the past, what lesson can you pull from it? I think that's definitely the message there. Okay, so the second card is Mother in reversed. And I know that this card is about nurturing, and I'm just going to go with what I'm getting first. I think that it's about maybe right now the difficulties that you're experiencing or the lack of clarity that you have is because you're not nurturing yourself or maybe nurturing others. The Mother card tends to be about giving people love, giving yourself love, nurturing relationships, nurturing even your work is what I'm getting, like putting the time and the effort in to fix something. That's what this card is about. And right now that's not being done. It's being ignored. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not putting in the time to figure it out. You know, I'm just feeling like this might be some of you. Like, why am I drinking so much? Why am I not getting to bed on time? Why am I smoking and not taking care of my body? Yeah, I think so. If you're feeling like you might be resonating with this card, the answer is flip this card on its head. Start nurturing yourself. Start nurturing. This can even relate to outcomes. Maybe you're ignoring a situation. Maybe you're ignoring a situation and it's something that if you just sat with it and were like, okay, I'm stressed out about this. I can't change this. I can change this. How can I get around this? What are some ideas that I have? Do I have a support system? Do I have somebody that I can ask? Maybe it's this mentor. It's all coming down to nurturing, giving yourself or somebody else what they need so that you can get out of this funk. My mother-in-law is my worst enemy. Ugh, in-laws. I'm lucky with some of my in-laws. Not all. Totally know what you feel like, Chris. Hey guys, there's not a list, but I am doing a reading for everybody right now. So if you have a question, ask it really quick. I'm giving you guys 3 cards, and I'm going to sign off so you can watch it in the replay. But one or all of these cards might answer said question. And I kind of do this because if you didn't get on the list, then maybe you can still get something out of it. So the last card that I pulled was Queen in reverse. So it's the shadow side of the Queen that our guides are wanting us to focus on. And the shadow side is when the Queen becomes arrogant, when your authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. Ooh, okay. So what I'm getting is that if you're having an issue with something, if you're not sure about something, if you don't have clarity on something, ask yourself, am I trying to control the situation too much? Am I so focused on the outcome that I'm not letting my guides even help me get there? Because I feel like, that's the bad side of the Queen, is when you're controlling, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged. Is there someone around you that's just pissing you off? Chris, talking about you maybe. It brings out the bad side of us. It's like, because we're so focused on being in charge and being in control and having that authority and having things the way that we want, we get nasty. And everybody does this. It's okay. And this is about just flipping it on its head and being like, how can I bring out the light side of the Queen? The light side of the Queen radiates the regal feminine. Maybe that doesn't apply, but it's when you use your authority to protect others. And what I'm getting to is protecting yourself. Knowing where the boundary is of, look, this isn't serving me. Fighting somebody and trying to control the outcome is not going to work out for me. So I need to just let it go, protect myself, protect others, know when I need to draw the line and just let it go and let them be crazy or let this situation go. I think this card is, even if it's not a person, if you're struggling with the situation, if you're trying to force it, I think it's time to let it go. Cool. Constanza, I would watch the replay because I just pulled the mentor card, I pulled the mother card, and the Queen card. So if you're just kind of joining, figure out which card you're feeling most drawn to, and that's probably going to answer your question. So when I sign off, just watch the replay, go to the end. It looks like 1:15 is where it's going to be at. And that might answer your question. And I sort of do this at the end so it feels like everybody can sort of get a reading, even if you didn't. Yeah, in the future, you guys, I'm on here every other Wednesday night doing YouTube live readings. If you subscribe and turn on that notification bell, it will tell you when I'm on. If you're more of a Facebook person, I do have an event up that you can follow and remind yourself. It's also on my website. Other than that, guys, if you want to learn what I do, I teach a lot of psychic courses. In the description, you can see my Udemy courses, and you can learn all the psychic stuff that I teach. I teach all these classes. I talk about everything. Otherwise, you can look on my YouTube channel. I have a lot of free resources for, managing your blocks, controlling your boundaries, how to deal with spirits, all the stuff like that. I also do readings. If you really enjoyed this reading, want to do more, definitely reach out to me and we can set something up. I can do readings via webcam or over the phone. I do that all the time. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this tonight, feel free to leave a donation on my PayPal link. Again, that's in my description. Other than that, guys, I will see you 2 weeks from now. And is there any questions that you have before I go? Not reading questions, but questions about how to find me, questions about how to get in touch with me, any of the links that I talked about, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap up here. Yeah. I don't think anybody's got anything. Maybe not. We're giving 2 more seconds. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I love doing this. This helps keep me practiced. It's great for me because I can do readings in between my bigger readings. Good night, Damon. Thanks for coming. All right. I think I'm signing off, guys. Thanks so much. I will see you 2 weeks from now, Wednesday night. Hit that subscribe button. Love to see you guys again. All right. Bye.